And hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stream. It's your host, Marley Startled, and I've been recommended by one of the viewers to play this bad boy, Syrian Warfare. I haven't played it before, I just installed it. Apparently it's very Man of War-y, so we'll give it a go and see how it ends up. So, let us play this. Go to new. Let's do normal, why not? Otherwise it's going to go badly wrong. What does this do? Let's do normal. Well, it covers Syrian War, Russian.
Who would have thought it would all turn out like this?
Oh god, that's loud. That's rather loud.
Under a black banner. We thought it was somewhere far away, on the other side of the TV screen. Our village seemed too small to be affected by this. After all, what kind of conflict could you have with the shoemaker from the edge of town that you went to school with? Or with the baker's children from the neighboring street that played soccer with your children in the evenings? We were so naive then.
I think I'm going to enjoy this because it was a refreshing change.
We had used all my accumulated vacation time and taken a long trip. Our second honeymoon, as my wife called it. We'd just come home. It was the last night I could sit at home just watching TV.
Anwar, dear, come to bed.
Yes, of course. I just wanted to get caught up to speed. It's been almost a month since I watched the news.
You have to be at work early tomorrow, but you remember. So what's new?
Nothing important. I've already turned it off.
What deployment? No deployment here, Dol. No deployment here. I'm just going to be chilling. There was a gammon steak, so it wasn't that good. I'll be honest. Gammon steak was pretty bruh, and gammon steak and chips. So it was alright, but it was a tough gammon. It was a tough gammon, so it was just about workable. I had to eat it with my hands because they because the knife was too blunt to eat it.
Salam, Wazir.
Anwar, I'm happy to hear from you. Are you already on your way to...
Let's do some settings changes. Game. Full speed.
work?
Yes, Captain. First day back on the job.
Well, hurry. A lot has happened in the month you were gone. When you get here, we'll take a service vehicle and check out the outskirts of the city.
Apparently the base game is 7 levels long.
Strange people there.
Okay, Wazir. I'm coming.
Select a unit, give him an order. Right, where's my unit? There he is. Okay, here's a fuel truck. Let's get into it. That's cool. Ah, I'm come to help my friend Salim deliver some fuel. I have looked at Battle 2042, but I'm waiting until more time has passed before I buy it.
Hi, Chief.
You made it. Well, get in and let's go to the outskirts of the city. Wahid, the head of the police department the next town over, called. He asked to come and...
Hey, Chief, hop in and let's go.
I was tempted to get it because there's not a lot currently on, but I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Out of principle.
How was your vacation?
We went to visit my wife's relatives in Lebanon. Sea and sun. It was good. I wanted to get back home, though. They show so much on TV.
It's worse than
Where's
it
my
looks
car?
on TV. Some armed men and clerics from the other places have been exciting people. The nearby police station blew up. The military put up roadblocks.
Yeah, I saw. What does Wahid want?
You want it a bit louder, do you? I turn it up for you. There you are, boy. Yep.
I don't know. Someone shot up an army convoy near his town. Maybe he wants to talk about that. We'll find out soon enough. Stop here and wait for me. I'll have my radio on just in case, so you'll hear everything that goes down.
Chief, if it's that serious, shouldn't I go with you?
No, wait here.
Anwar! Anwar, where are you?
Ilyas, is that you? What, did you miss me? I took the chief to meet someone on the outskirts of town. I'm still there, waiting.
Already back on the job, eh? Come back soon. We're about to have tea.
Oh, are you on duty today? Great, I think the chief will be finished soon, and we'll head back. Keep the kettle hot.
Okay.
It's good to see you, Wahid. Who are these people? Why are they armed?
Hello, Wazir. It's good to see you too. They're my new friends, and if you're smart, they'll be yours too.
What are you talking about?
The times are changing. These men are a new force I'm working with. In times like these, it's better to be a free agent, Wazir. They've got funds, weapons, and basically endless support from abroad. You watch TV, you know what's going on. The government is falling. I'm offering you the chance to join the winning side before it's too late. They won't touch you or your men. They might cut up a few of the Christians in your town, but that's just for show. It won't be significant, and they'll make you the leader. What do you say?
You were easily bought. You still can't forgive the higher-ups for not making you a colonel and sending you to Damascus, can you? And now here's your chance to get revenge, eh, Wahid? You won't be working in my town, not while I and my men are around.
Don't be so naive, Wazir.
And then
You said yourself, while I'm around. What do you think these men are here for? Damascus only has a few weeks left. We've been given enough money and arms to make us unstoppable. Yesterday, we took out an army convoy near my town, and now our main forces are on the way. What will you be able to do against tanks?
give them a
sick of all this
parking
talk.
ticket.
Either he gives the command for his men to lay down their arms, or I'm...
Anwar, did you get all that? Get back to the station and sound the distress call. Get ready for an attack.
Ilyas, they killed the boss. Those jackals killed Wazir.
What do you mean? Who killed him?
I didn't see them, I only heard the conversation. Wazir said something about men with weapons. They told him we had to let them into our city. Sound the alarm, take up defense.
Got it. I'm already raising our defenses. We got a platoon out for training that set out this morning, but I can't reach them now. Try to go find them and bring them back into the city. We'll have to hold out until then.
Yes, I'm on my way to them, hold on.
Buildings offer excellent cover infantry. There are 3 types of building: weak, medium, and strong. Weak buildings offer only the basic defenses, while strong ones provide reliable protection. The police station is a strong building and it shouldn't be abandoned without good reason. You can pause the game by pressing spacebar. While the game is paused, you can give orders.
Hello, Karim.
Ilyas, do you know what time it is? Why are you calling so early?
Get up. We need you at work ASAP.
I can't.
Day off. What happened?
You're gonna
The chief is dead.
give me some
Some
overtime.
dogs attacked the city. And Anwar went out for reinforcements, and we're defending the station. Do you have your rifle with you?
Of course I do. Okay, my brother. I will be there soon.
How's this working out? Oh, Anwar's coming in.
Mahmoud.
Anwar and the
Brother,
boys
it's
are
me,
coming in.
Ilyas. We've been attacked.
What? I heard shots. Who attacked us?
I
I
can
don't
just
know,
watch
but
it.
there are a lot of them, and they've come with combat vehicles. Wazir said you have an RPG buried in your yard from the war with Israel?
You've got an
I didn't have an
RPG.
RPG buried in my yard. I'll get my sons and I'll be there soon.
You've got an RPG buried in his backyard. It's just a different place. Yo, Kareem! Are you still got the RPG from that other war we fought like 2 years ago? Yes, my brother. I have it stashed behind the cupboard. What about the fighter jet? Oh, that's parked up in the garage.
The enemy took one of the buildings on the way. We can take it back. Get to it!
Ilias, did you hear? We and our detachment are returning from the checkpoint. We've got a flat tire on the pickup, but the soldiers brought us an Oral.
And
Hey, the
Lara,
RPG.
It's a massacre over here! Hurry!
You can use smoke grenades to protect soldiers. The smoke screens are inaccurate. Okay. This guy's just thrown a smoke grenade and he's just cleared this out. Interesting. So it's just showing me the different mechanics right now. I'm not actually doing much. Oh, here's some more boys.
We're here.
Oh, sorry, boys. Sorry, Bearman. I pressed this because it said we're here. I thought it was over. Use the transport vehicles to quickly carry infantry squads across large distances. Infantry in the troop compartment of the troop will use its ammo stores to replenish ammunition. Okay, so you can use vehicles to replenish. I've come with the boys. Everyone out? I like how you have to move the troops around inside the buildings. That makes life a lot easier. Just press the building and they go straight in. Not really working out well for these guys, is it? I think you can't zoom in more, but it's just about workable, you know? This is a tutorial level, so I'm not going to be too harsh on it. Alright, more boys. Oh, here's the technical.
Brother, stay inside! Look how many of these jackals are here! They are well prepared! The station is well defended, it shouldn't fall!
They are well equipped, aren't they? They're getting in, guys.
They're on the offensive! Get to the windows! Down to the left! Even if we surrender, those dogs wouldn't spare our lives!
Our dogs is quite a severe insult in Muslim cultures. So imagine dogs is a very offensive insult in Western language. Yeah, if you call someone a dog in Islamic culture, it's quite an insult. Also, if you call them really any animal, like a pig, anything like that, it's very insulting. So don't do that. Or if you're trying to understand, they haven't toned down the language as that got translated wise. It doesn't really have the same weight. Feels like, yeah. Alright, who's gonna win this fight? Who will win? Load of armoured boys. That insult. I just entered a building. Is there like an alt key to enter? No, looks like we're just going to be firing at the building for the foreseeable future. I'll take one guy out, see if he can walk into the building and do that. So we have got attack, capture building, that's what we need to do. And there's like house boarding you need to do, otherwise you won't be doing much.
Strange armed men have taken the mosque. They've desecrated the house of Allah. People, gather up.
They invaded the city from the other side. If they manage to regroup there, they'll cut through the city like a knife. We have to take back the
They're desecrating our mosque. We must expel the blasphemers in Allah's name.
Okay, let's go, boys. I'll take another squad. Let's go. I like how it's modern, it's current. And they haven't been scared of coming of pigmented factions. If I knew how to use a smoke screen, I would. There we are. Oh, you're gonna have a bad time, aren't you? No way. Go, go, go. Oh, there's a tentacle over there as well. I'm gonna have to get more boys out. Who's got the RPG? He hasn't. Are you winning? Looks like it. Where's my... Yeah, it's the RPG guy. Let's go get the RPG guy up. Here's the RPG squad. They got a little RPG now.
I think the people are storming the mosque themselves. They'll just get butchered. We have to help them.
I've already stormed the mosque. You're telling me that's a mosque? I don't think so. That's just a building. And there's no people there. I suppose they have skimped on people.
Hello, who is it?
Anwar, this is Majid Butcher.
There we
We're
are.
storming the mosque. We can't let those hounds desecrate our sacred place. Help us.
Look for the tractor. Okay.
Come in, Wazir. This is Al-Din. What's going on? Colonel, this is Lieutenant Anwar Amin. Captain Wazir is dead. We're under attack. What? Did those devils get to you too? Ah, Wazir was a good man. Report the situation over there, Lieutenant. The enemy has been attacking us since morning.
I got a supply
They seem to
truck.
be terrorist groups. They're well armed and they're attacking from multiple sides. We're holding the entrances to the city, but I'm not sure how much longer we'll be able to do it. Understood, Lieutenant. Hold on, and I'll ask the army to send you some backup. In the meantime, I'll send you whatever I can find here.
Okay, I can call reinforcements. What do I want to call? Call one of those. How many points have I got? I got all the points. Is that it? Can I close this now? Has that been done? No, it hasn't. Okay, now what? Hold it. Oh, there we are. There's the boys.
This is Sergeant Sharaf Mohammed D. We have arrived.
Great. Take up your positions and prepare to fight. The enemy is regrouping to attack again.
Probably shouldn't put you in there. Gonna put you over there. Oh, that's a shame. You can't get in a conveyor belt. You can get in a cement mixer. Bring an artillery
They're on
squad
the
over
move.
there.
I hope we're ready.
Bring a sniper back in there. And you have a sniper team over here. Look at those techies. Okay, let's look at those technicals. Can't get in them. They are damaged. They got blown up, but I can't get in them. I guess you can shoot the guys out. Oh yeah, I was going to get one guy to do some things. Point him out to me, I can't find the bad boys. There's one there, but that's damaged. Any over here? Near the police department. So there's a vehicle there, a couple of police cars. You know what? Police cars are the answer. Get in. On the other side of the road near police. Oh, this one here. Ah, you are right. Out, boys. We got ourselves a free techie. We choose Syrian Warfare now, boys.
Some idiot is speeding toward us in a car. It's a suicide bomber. The car's packed full.
Oh, it's a suicide bomber. Oh, Jesus. Everyone out. Luckily, it's not blowing up. Oh, Jesus. Jesus. No, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting a smaller explosion. I need more boys. Oh, you can pick up weapons, yeah. You're right, you can. But I can't even run over there yet because of the copious amount of enemy insurgents coming in. This is quite entertaining, I will be honest. There's nothing, it's not mechanically unique, but it's pretty funny. Yeah, the fuel truck is over here. I guess orange means suppressed.
This is Sergeant Abdullah Amani. Come in. Can anyone hear me?
This is Lieutenant Anwar Amin. Sergeant, are you reinforcements we were promised? I didn't expect you so soon.
Affirmative. We were given an order to be ready to move out, but the checkpoint was attacked by suicide bombers and an IFV. We weren't prepared for that kind of onslaught. The checkpoint is done for. Everyone died. We only managed to get the sappers out. We need support. We don't have enough fuel to get to you.
Copy that. We'll figure something out.
Look, Anwar, Old Man Hassan's fuel truck. We can use it to fuel up at the IFV.
While moving, vehicles use fuel. Your fuel amount shown on the unit panel. Fuel runs out and movement icon turns red. Remember to use fuel tankers. Tankers with fuel in a small radius around them. Okay, let's go. Let's go, Anwar. We're going on an adventure. Yeah, the unit pathing is a bit slow. Get in. Go. Some wonderful driving. Don't worry about it, it's only bullets. Oh, you can repair as well. There you go. We'll try and repair some techies if we can, after I've done my refueling.
We are ready to move, Lieutenant. The sappers are raring to hand those bastards a couple of surprises.
It might be a good move to mine the road from your checkpoint. Those jackals may try to send the IFV. They attacked you in that way.
Engineers can detect, disarm and set mines. Anti-personnel mines are triggered by enemy infantry and vehicles. Everyone out. Okay, how do you set up mines? Change behavior, firing mode, move while engaged, engaged weapons. Take cover. Set mines. You can head back up north now. Set some more mines. Truly embracing the insurgency experience. Go forward. Oh, I guess there's not enough people in it. Once I've finished with this, I'll get them in there and send them on their way. Everyone in? Oh, do I have to get the fuel truck back here to refuel it? Oh, I had refueled it. Yeah, it says it's got fuel, so I don't know why it's mobilised. Oh, you need to turn on supply mode. Ugh.
Lieutenant? Are you in charge here now? Your captain was a fool, but maybe you're a little smarter. Our main force will be here in no time, and you'll be helpless to resist. The army checkpoints are gone. Don't let the sacrifices your people have made be in vain. Give the order to lay down arms. Never! Then you'll meet the same fate as Wazir. It seems like he trained his people to be as dumb as he was. A new power is coming to Syria, and I'm going to be given a high post for joining the right side early. How can you choose to die in this hole over money and power? I won't forget you, Lieutenant.
You killed my captain, you scum. I'll find you and I'll put you down like the dog you are. And no money and no power will help you then.
When the new government comes in, we'll slit your and your family's throats. You understand, the whole world is on our side? We've unlimited access to weapons and money. How much longer do you think you can hold out? You can't possibly combat the forces behind them.
The captain taught me to live an upright life. If I have to, I will die, but I will do it with honor and dignity. I have nothing more to say to you, you dirty dog.
Lots of dog. Lots of dog insults.
Lieutenant, people are calling about terrorist vehicles on the outskirts of town. Tell everyone to take shelter.
You need to lead the vehicle now. See if you can pick up some of those weapons. Oh no, I've just taken people out the IFV, the passengers, not the actual gunners. How do I pick up weapons? Oh, it's only for certain vehicles. Okay, it's only for certain units. So for example, this guy can pick up to get more ammo. Only for certain units. Yeah, so I had the engineers in the back. Now the engineers are no longer in the back. Nah, you gotta have faith. See?
This is Colonel Aldin, Lieutenant. Are you alive? Yes, Colonel. Just barely. Nobody's doing well. It seems they've begun a serious attack on the region. Some of our people have fled. Some have sided with the terrorists. Some under duress. Others got money. I know. Wahid already made us an offer. Wahid? I suddenly understand what happened to that convoy near their village. We cannot give you any more support. You'll have to make do as you see fit.
What now, Lieutenant? We really pissed them off resisting. When they're through with us, there won't be anything left in town.
I'll call the Imam and tell him to gather the people. Tell them to take their cars and leave the city. We'll cover them.
Hello?
Majid Hodja, sir, I have bad news. We're running out of time. We can't hold the city much longer.
What
I
are
don't
you
know,
saying?
it seems pretty,
You and
pretty
your
well
people should
defended.
leave immediately. Those fanatics will spare no one. Call the elders and have them warn the others. Take the things you cannot do without and flee the city. We'll try to hold them off as long as we can.
Very well, Anwar. It's all in Allah's hands now. Be strong. I'm organizing the evacuation. Those with vehicles will leave on their own. I'm trying to find a bus for the others.
Attention, the enemy makes heavy use of suicide bombers. If a vehicle approaches you at high speed, shoot everything you have at it. Don't let them get close enough to damage our fortifications. Protect the bus, we can't lose it. It's the only way out for our families.
Okay, there's the boys. There be the trucks of peace. There's my RFV. I like the destructible environments, that's good, that's impressive. Oh, where's the other IFV? Welcome to my IFV! Where'd I put you? No, I've clicked it somewhere. I clicked over here to counter, and now it's gone walkies. There it is. Okay, now they are really blowing up this town. There's the next technical piece. You know what you need to do? Blap it. Luckily the engines quite easily get damaged. Oh, you got a crew vehicles you want to keep. Oh, that's important.
I've been hearing gunshots and explosions all day. Are you okay?
Listen carefully. Take the children and everything you can carry and make a run for the bus. It's in front of Aunt Medina's house.
Anwar,
Quiet, woman. Do as I say. I'll find you later. Just leave.
I've got time for an argument. Well, it's a good way of getting rid of a spouse if you don't particularly have a happy marriage. Oh, nothing's going on. Just chill out. If anyone comes knocking your door, remember that I was a policeman, and just tell him that that your husband's a member of the police. I see a lot of potential for stalemates here. Unless you've got vehicles, because these buildings seem like no damage is done. Oh god, that's another truck. No! Go on, give it a black. There we are, that's what we wanted to see. Taking that technical. Well, it's not technical, it's a truck. Don't worry about it. Alright, I threw the truck. Yeah, you can't take the truck. You can't take it. I've tried it. I've already tried. Oh god.
Anwar, everyone who's gonna leave has left. There's no... Gather everyone.
Oh, okay. Well, thankfully I kept it. Interesting. Well, it's pretty interesting. It's not as micromanagey as Men of War, but still pretty entertaining. I like the destructible environments. I thought that was quite impressive. What next? Oh, there's 3 missions to pick from? Jesus. Latakia was considered to be the key to the Syrian war for a reason. By losing access to the coastline, Damascus authorities could not permanently maintain resistance to jihadists and the moderate opposition backed up by the West. This is some hardcore propaganda. Well, they're not pulling punches, let's be honest. On top of that, the conflict was fueled by the Turkish government. Jesus Christ. This guy's pointing fingers everywhere. Aspiring to regain control over that once wealthy Ottoman Empire region. Although the majority of Turkmen resided in the area supported by the official Damascus, part of your population had no objections to reuniting with their former motherland. Having accumulated the military power during the first Syrian truce in 2012, the Turkmen militant group, supplied with money, weapons, vehicles by the Turkish government, and the quickly expanding al-Nusra front began carrying out invasions from the adjacent Adlib on the northern parts of Latakia in an attempt to extend the battle action to this region as well. After I escaped, I found shelter in my relative's home at the coast. All my comrades who have escaped with me have been somehow allocated to temporary housing, and now we are operating together as a local police reinforcement team. Oh, Latakia. Probably Latakia, I do apologise if I mispronounce. Serving here used to be such a pleasure. Tender, glorious sea, beautiful coast, mountains, but now this corner of paradise is gradually turning into hell. The majority of the province population openly supports Damascus rule, but that does not prevent the entire rebel units from appearing here and they're terrorising the local people. Attack is too tasty a piece, and its collapse will deprive the government force of any ability to resist any further. I'm fully aware of that, and I'm not surprised that the tensions has increased so dramatically in recent days. Allegedly, Turkey actively assists the rebels fighters operating here as it strives to restore the thermal glory. Okay, here's the allegedly part. Okay, that's fine. Oh, yeah, you do keep boys, don't you? That's important. What does AG mean? Yeah, I'll take an AG. I'll take an MG. Oh, I can't afford it. Alright, let's give me boys in. No, I can't bring that to the mission, apparently. Let me try the AG. Yeah, I can bring the AG. I can bring the... Can I buy an MG as well? No, I can't. Actually, can I cancel this and try that again? No, I can't. Oh, yes, I can. Let's buy a couple of AGs. Oh, I can only buy one, so I'll go for the AG. And then I'll buy a squad. But why would I do that when I can buy something better? Why bring the AG when I can buy one of these bad boys, a BTR? That's too expensive, that's why. I'll take one of those bad boys. Can't bring you. Can't bring you. Oh, that's why I can't. Okay. Okay, that's slowly starting to make sense. So let's just buy the AG. Buy the AG. Buy the RP. No, that's buy a general squad. Buy the AG. Buy some police squads. Buy some engineers. 2 police squads. Actually, 1 RPG squad. Engineers, police squad, RPG. Engineers to repair to technical, perhaps. Yeah, this will work. I like how it carries over, like it's a persistent campaign. Although it should have told you beforehand, because I almost lost that.
Hodgie 2, this is Falcon 4. We're in the sector, awaiting instructions, over.
Falcon 4, this is Hodgie 2. Begin patrolling the streets at once. Establish control at the intersection. There have been attacks on civilians using that road. Be careful, Lieutenant. The bandits are heading for the shore, and some other arch gangs with support from the Turks have been seeping into our territory. Over.
Copy that, Hodgie 2. Falcon 4.
Who's actually won the Syrian War? I don't know. Because it's no longer really covered. Was it still? It can't be still going on. That'd be silly. Picking up weapons. Yeah, it depends on who owns it. Okay. Well, that ATGM's pretty potent. And those tentacles are fast. Like, real fast. His tentacles OP. Random bus. Seems like a nice place to live on the coast. So that looks very rather tropical, you know, rather civilized. There's a gift for you on the ridge house. There's a tractor. Okay. Okay, let's take this bad boy. There's only a small squad there. I'll take the tractor. Thank you, Bearman. I thought you were talking about the tractor.
Hey, look. The keys are still in the ignition.
Too bad there's only one rocket left. They picked out a good spot here. You can see the whole road clear as day. The only thing you can't see is the owners.
It sure looks like they thought they were only leaving it for a minute.
Interesting. Oh, well, there's only one rocket, apparently. That's a sniper. Is that, yes, take cover sign.
Hodgie 2, Hodgie 2, this is Falcon 4, come in.
I read you, Falcon.
The situation is far worse than we expected. A major unit has broken through to the
What a
intersection.
waste.
We don't have enough time left to deal with them on our own.
No, I don't want to know what's
Falcon.
coming.
The nearest patrollers will be sent your way to back you up. Over and out.
An enemy tank, and I've just used my rocket. Well, that's good. I think I may need to restart this. I just walked into an ambush. I'm gonna restart. I bitched out. Wow, Veteran spoiled it.
Hodgie 2, this is Falcon.
Falcon.
Copy.
No. I would have had to work it out. Now no working out for me. So I don't really want to get into that vehicle until that tank turns up, and then I want to use that ATGM rocket. Otherwise it's just going to get wasted, isn't it?
Fighters in the mountains! They have an automatic grenade launcher!
Can you kill this guy before you die? Press the right mouse button to pick this up. I'm trying, but it won't. Right mouse button to pick it up. I'm trying to pick you up. Oh, he's picked it up. He just blew up the... Okay. He just blew up the van. I'll get someone to go in here. I'm gonna do some fiddling here. Get out of the ATGM piece. You come over here. You stand and yeah, this ain't gonna work. The ATGM was not functional. What I want to do is get someone to man a vehicle. There we are, I can get you to man it. And then hopefully that should allow that ATGM to be reusable. That dude is an absolute pain in my ass. There we are, now we're cooking with fat. Just ran someone over, but that's okay. Come on. There we are. So we'll leave a guy there for the incoming green vehicle. I was going to go very carefully with this truck because it zooms ahead so quickly. If I send the boy down here, okay, now they're counter-attacking, so I have to run away. You want to fire at this?
Hodgie 2, this is Falcon 4, come in.
I read you, Falcon.
The situation is far worse than we expected. A major unit has broken through to the intersection. We don't have enough time left to deal with them on our own.
I copy that, Falcon. The nearest patrollers will be sent your way to back you up. Over and out. This is Lieutenant Bassett. My unit is in the sector.
You're just in time, Lieutenant. Come over and join the fray.
Oh, I didn't read that. I should have read that. Where's his unit? I forgot to read. Oh, there they are. Run away! Run away! Oh jeez, that startled me, that is.
My boy?
Yes, Grandma Amelia.
Anwar, my neighbor. There's a massive tank driving down their street and strange men with guns. They're shouting something and coming your way. Anwar, my boy, take care of yourself out there.
A tank? I guess the army is losing its stock pretty quickly. Or else this is another group of deserters.
Anwar, can you hear me? Get out of there or they'll...
Thank you, Grandma. We'll talk again later.
Thanks, Grandma. I've packed your sandwiches in your lunchbox. And there's a tank coming down the road.
Falcon 4, this is RG2. Come in.
Falcon 4 reads you. I hope you've got good news.
Not exactly. Intelligence from the next village over indicates that the enemy there has a few pickup trucks with multiple rocket launchers. Gifts from the Turks, no doubt. And some armored vehicles, too. Your stubborn streak must have really ticked somebody off over there. The vehicles are coming your way, so be prepared to take some rocket blasts.
Copy that, Hodgie 2. Thanks for the heads up. Over and out.
We have intelligence that a major enemy division is coming our way. Civilians reported that the fighters have missile launchers and a few tanks and infantry fighting vehicles they captured in Idlib.
But Commander, there are still...
Lieutenant, we can't be of any help to them dead.
Oh, sorry.
We retreat and regroup and counterattack as soon as we get the chance.
Already way ahead of you. You boys are going to get in this vehicle. I wonder if I can turn off automatic fire on these. Yes, I can. What are you having to eat, Bowman? That's the question.
Hey, look. The keys are still in the ignition.
Too bad there's only one rocket left. They picked out a good spot here. You can see the whole road clear as day. The only thing you can't see is the owners.
It sure looks like they thought they were only leaving it for a minute.
Falcon 4 is RG2. Try to get a foothold in the mountains. Don't abandon the sector. We're sending you reinforcements. It's everything we have, Falcon. Don't fail us now.
Run that bad boy round.
Ilias, how's it going?
Anwar, I'm happy to hear from you. We're back from patrol and ready to move forward.
We're having a stroke of bad luck and we need a hand. We've fallen onto a whole bunch of bandits who are trying to take control of the coastal highway.
No.
They've even got a tank. We're up to our necks here.
Copy that, buddy. I'll bring every man I can. We're on the way.
Copy that, buddy. I'm sure that guy's not a CIA plant. The fact they come up from the mountains is a nightmare as well. That needs to go. Fire, 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 fire. There we are. Yeah, it doesn't do auto aim very well. It does, yeah, it doesn't do micro. No worries, Bowman. Have a good one. Yeah, I'll upload this bad boy to YouTube. So, where's those reinforcements you were talking about? Where are the boys? Okay, take cover. That's just a friendly vehicle. Use the term lightly. The guys have been really struggling to knock these fellows out.
Falcon 4, this is RG2. I've got new intel for you. Details... Falcon 4...
Okay, you're going to send me some reinforcements. Send me that BMP. Oh, okay, you're not going to send me that BMP. So I can have one of these, a BTR. And then I can have an MG gunner. 200, or I can just buy more infantry squads. Oh, we need more infantry squads, if I'm honest. One, please snipers, please squad, please squad. One of these? No. Have one more, and yeah, why not?
Boy, this is RG2. Come in.
Falcon 4 reads you.
The leader of the sector tells me that the army already knows about the bandits you ran into. They promised to allocate forces to clear the surrounding mountains, but right now, they're bringing in equipment to help the local units defend themselves. The convoy should go through your sector. See to its safe passage.
Are you crazy? I can barely hold my position, never mind guaranteeing safety to a whole convoy.
Vulcan, the situation on the other roads is worse. They're hunting convoys right now. Everyone wants to get their hands on military cargo. Be careful of suicide bombers. We will do all we can to assist you. Without this equipment, we won't be able to assemble self-defense forces in the nearby cities, and the bandits will take over. You must not let that happen.
I'm struggling to hold.
Over and out.
We're here, Anwar. Tell us where we're needed.
I am rather badly struggling to hold. This is disgusting. Oh, it's a tank, that's why. Okay. Let's get rid of this tank. And you missed. So, GG. Hope you're a good shot. Come on. The worst shots EU. Okay, that one hit. This didn't do any damage. We have a problem. I'm gonna have to restart again. I'm out. I should save the game periodically. Because the vehicles really are so vulnerable. Especially those technicals. All it takes is one RPG and that's like they're out for the count. First I thought they were like going to be OP like in Call to Arms, but sadly not. They're not OP at all.
Fighters in the mountain! They have an automatic grenade launcher!
Please be a good shot. Thank God. These RPG guys are going to like stay over here because they're far too vulnerable. Everyone else can tag along for the show. Move to engage is what we need. E is move to engage. I'm going to follow these guys back because I don't want them too close. That's cool. What's this? Oh, nothing important because we're about to get attacked again. Retreat, retreat, retreat.
Hodgie 2, this is Falcon 4, come in.
I read you, Falcon.
The situation is far worse than we expected. A major unit has broken through to the intersection. We don't have enough time left to deal with them on our own.
I copy that, Falcon. The nearest patrollers will be sent your way to back you up. Over and out.
Start running.
This is Lieutenant Bassett. My unit is in the sector.
You're just in time, Lieutenant. Come over and join the frame.
Save the game. I think 2 RPG squads to the right hand side because I need them for later. I could go round this way to blow them up. Yeah, it's probably a smart thing to do. I like how the vehicle just spins around in space. Russian engineering, boys.
Hello? Anwar? My boy?
Yes, Grandma Amelia.
Anwar, my neighbor called me. There's a massive tank driving down their street and strange men with guns. They're shouting something and coming your way. Anwar, my boy, take care of yourself out there.
A tank? I guess the army is losing its stock pretty quickly. Or else this is another group of deserters.
Anwar, can you hear me? Get out of there or they'll...
Thank you, Grandma. We'll talk again later.
Bye, Grandma. Bye, Grandma. Bye.
Falcon 4, this is RG2. Come in.
Falcon 4 reads you. I hope you've got good news.
Not exactly. Intelligence from the next village over indicates that the enemy there has a few pickup trucks with multiple rocket launchers. Gifts from the Turks, no doubt. And some armored vehicles, too. Your stubborn streak must have really ticked somebody off over there. The vehicles are coming your way, so be prepared to take some rocket blasts.
Copy that, Hodgie 2. Thanks for the heads up. Over and out. We have intelligence that a major...
What come?
Lieutenant...
Dully noted. That is a disgustingly well-equipped enemy force there.
Falcon 4, this is RG2. Try to get a foothold in the mountains. Don't abandon the sector. We're sending you reinforcements. It's everything we have, Falcon. Don't fail us now, Anwar.
Okay, what do I need? I need some snipers. Some more police snipers. And an MG truck, I guess. We have more units apparently. There we are. And that should deal with the nuisance vehicles.
Ilias, how's it going?
Anwar, I'm happy to hear from you. We're back from patrol and we're ready to move forward.
We're having a stroke of bad luck and we need a hand. We've fallen onto a whole bunch of bandits who are trying to take control of the coastal highway. They've even got a tank. We're up to our necks here.
Copy that, buddy. I'll bring every man I can. We're on the way.
No repair for you, I guess. I need to reverse this. Or bad things are going to happen. Let's put a sniper down here. Let's put a sniper down in here. That should clear that out for us. Snipers are important, that's what I've done here.
Falcon 4, this is RG2.
Okay, I can buy a BMP now. But I already have a BMP. That costs 1,000 points, which I can't afford. So I can go for the scout vehicle, RPG. Oh, I can't actually bring that type to the field. Okay. B squad, BMP, B squad. Passport. I guess that's all we're bringing.
Falcon 4, this is RG2.
Save the game because I think we're doing okay now.
Come in.
Falcon 4 reads you.
The leader of the sector tells me that the army already knows about the bandits you ran into. They promised to allocate forces to clear the surrounding mountains, and right now, they're bringing in equipment to help the local units defend themselves. The convoy should go through your sector. See to its safe passage.
Are you crazy? I can barely hold my position, never mind guaranteeing safety to a whole convoy.
Vulcan, the situation on the other roads is worse. They're hunting convoys right now. Everyone wants to get their hands on military cargo. Be careful of suicide bombers. We will do all we can to assist you. Without this equipment, we won't be able to assemble self-defense forces in the nearby cities, and the bandits will take over. You must not let that happen. Over and out.
We're here, Anwar. Tell us where we're needed.
Nowhere yet. I'm just trying to move troops over. So we saved the game because we're getting close to where we need to be. Go round over here, shoot down, and hopefully win the game.
Hey, look. The keys are still in the ignition.
Too bad there's only one rocket left. They picked out a good spot here. You can see the whole road clear as day. The only thing you can't see is the owners.
It sure looks like they thought they were only leaving it for a minute.
There we are. No more problems there. I'm going to keep you guys in there just in case I use you for later. Because you can't do direct control, you have to be a bit more careful with the units, how you're moving around. Otherwise you're going to have a bad time. Yeah, you do need to micro rather badly. What sort of vehicle is that? Is that a armoured vehicle? I'll take it anyway, just in case it is of something of value. Oh god, that needs to go. That needs to go. Nice. Can't repair it, which is a shame. Any other vehicles I could potentially steal? Just keep going around and it can't hit me. This is a genius. This is genius. Oh, small level, but still pretty hard.
Don't speak too soon, pal. Look at the mountains. They could strike from any one of them. Be on your guard.
Any spare troops? Is that a gun replacement?
Carrier 2, is this your sector? Carrier 2, this is Falcon 4. We've taken the intersection, but I can't say how long we'll be able to hold it. The surrounding mountains are teeming with bandits, so try to get through this area rapidly.
Copy that, Falcon. I'm beginning my maneuvers.
There's only one guy in there. Let me go get someone else. Let me go get a squad.
Falcon 4, this is Carrier 2. We've been attacked from the mountains. They have RPGs and machine guns.
Carrier 2, this is Falcon 4. I'm doing everything I can. They've got suicide bombers and IFBs. We have to slow them down. We cannot let them destroy the convoy.
Okay, easy enough. Any more vehicles I can pinch? Ah, shit. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. I got a lot of technicals out of this. Yeah, I didn't get any of those bad boys there. They lost a couple of trucks, but hey, I did the job. This crewman here. You ever thought about repairing tanks? No, of course not. You can't repair tanks because it's dead. It's dead.
Well done, Anwar. The army managed to get that convoy through. There's at least some good news today.
Some good news.
Vulcan 4. This is RG2. The convoy got through. The army will be here soon to clean up the last of it. Return to base. Over and out.
Yay. By yay, I mean yay. Thank God. Thank God this level's over. Very unforgiving because you do have a lot of units, and if you don't know what you're doing, well, it's way Men of War. If you haven't seen the level before, you'll probably have to redo it. Next level. The summer of 2015 was one of the most critical periods of the Syrian War. It was then that the terrorist power reached its peak. Daesh occupied a vast part of the territory, and a number of regions controlled by al-Nusra surged. Soldiers of the amorphous Free Syrian Army actively sided with these terrorist military divisions. Experiencing no shortage of ammunition or new weaponry, the fighters intensified their pressure on the rapidly weakening government forces. All the same means and equipment was massively supplied by the West to the moderate opposition forces, who then within days passed into the hands of Daesh and al-Nusra. In spite of the escalating government-army perseverance and old military reserves committed into action, including self-defense and constabulary forces, the Damascus-controlled territory shrinked. The enemy divisions fought their way forward in virtually all provinces. After the terrorists' successful offensive in the Hama region, central Latakia came under real threat of being attacked by the enemy forces, which would have immediately resulted in Damascus authorities' loss of control over the region. Worldwide mass media coverage of the events has reached peak amounts of statements that the Syrian government was just days away from downfall. The last 3 days have passed as in a fog. Patrols, arrests, suicide bombers, endless suicide bombers who blow up police stations, hospitals, schools. Those people are insane. I am tired. Be that we are retreating, the previous assurances of eliminating terrorists within a few months seem to do reality now. Almost the entire world is on the side of the bad guys. Oh God, this is some hardcore. This is pretty propaganda. This is hardcore propaganda. The greedy US wants to stamp our country to the ground, like it's already done with Libya and Iraq. How did we get in their way? The last couple of months have been exceptionally frustrating as I witnessed the sequence of our defeats and the immense flow of fleeing people. Some were escaping from the north to the south, others the other way round. I hear rumours that it's best to move to Europe, where everyone, they say, will get a house and large benefit payments. That's a jab. That's a cheeky jab. And you believed it. I don't blame those people. It is their choice. There are also others who go to Europe to spread Sharia. We are ordered to track and intercept such people, but it's nearly impossible. Okay, considering how huge the flow of people. Sometimes I feel that everything is in vain and myself. Okay, when I see another bus full of people heading to the ports, I just want to jump in and go far away to see some wonderful places where there's no war. I will remain here. There are rumours that we may be sent to the front line soon because there are not enough forces. Oh well, so be it. So from that story standpoint, yeah, there's a lot of accusations and thinly veiled insults, but from a gameplay perspective, it's not bad. I mean, it's not the best. It's not Call to Arms, but it's not bad gameplay wise. But hey, let me buy a tank. Is that a tank? No, it's not a tank. It's cancel. Let's try that again. Why can't I buy a tank? Oh, it's because it's probably from the previously captured tank. So I'm going to go with the most expensive one because that normally makes it the most intelligent purchase. Or actually, I can't because it costs too much. Oh, I can sell stuff. Oh, that's why you're saying to steal stuff. Okay, that makes sense now. Let's get rid of the transport truck. We got 2 transport trucks. We don't need 2. Let's get rid of 1. Got 2 MG guns. We don't need. Technical ATGM. It's not bad. We'll keep that as a backup. And then we will buy us a ATGM BTR. And we will sell one of our recon vehicles. There we are. RPG, police snipers. I need to buy some squads. One of these bad boys. 2 technicals, so let's go for the AG. Go for the ATGM and the AG, or the MG. And then for squads, we've got an RPG squad, snipers. Let's get us a police squad. And another police squad. Actually, let's bring engineers. See how that works out. And sadly no tank, but hey, it is what it is. So you get money if you sell your stuff, so it's actually important. But like stealing vehicles and that is actually pretty valuable.
Falcon 4, this is Base 1, come in.
Falcon 4 reads you.
Falcon 4, your objective is to push back the fighters. We can't let them gather enough strength to break through our defenses. You really proved yourself in past operations. I think you can handle this one too.
Base 1, what? Push back the fighters? Commander, I'm sure you know best. I have a team of professionals, but we're a police force, not an army. Storming sectors isn't in our skill set. Am I to understand the army will take on the brunt of the work?
No, Falcon. They have their directive and you have yours. We cannot risk an all-out attack when those forces are all that stands between the enemy and the Basil al-Assad airport. Those troops must stay in reserve and protect the complex. Your mission is to clear the sector. The fighters are advancing along the whole front, and we have to use everything we've got, including police forces. You'll get some army units to bolster your ranks.
Save the game. Let's delete these first. I don't want this clogging up my hard drive. Let's do this.
Wow, it's not every day you get real soldiers for your reinforcements. Looks like this part of the front is important to Central Command.
Captain, we are ready to act. Intelligence indicates that the terrorists who have taken the sector have heavily mined the area.
I assume that because the mines were discovered, they would have been defused, but I guess not. I guess that was a small-brained strat.
Wow, it's not every day you get real soldiers for your reinforcements. Looks like this part of the front is important to Central Command.
Captain, we are ready to act. Intelligence indicates that the terrorists who have taken the sector have heavily mined the area. I think the sappers should go up ahead
We'll have to work with cover, Lieutenant. Those sappers have to make it back to the army in one piece.
Where's the rest of the squads? Bring this police squad up.
Base 1, this is Falcon 4.
Base 1 reads you.
Base 1, we've cleared one of the points.
Good work, Falcon 4. We copy. Move on to the next one.
A supply truck, not bad. Guess we won't be running out of ammo anytime soon.
I guess not. Get these guys to defuse the booms. East squad. Put these engineers in here. No, it's quite a few mines everywhere. We just didn't activate them, which is rather convenient. Well, we're just driving over them and it doesn't really matter. Everyone's being resupplied. Yes, let's save the game. Oh, whoa, whoa, that's a silly thing to do. Where's my engineers? Everyone move over. I think I've got everyone back here apart from this guy. He's moving up now. Luckily, those mines aren't that bad. It's the vehicles out of bomb. I'm a lucky boy.
Anwar, we're ready to mobilize to help you. We'll be there soon.
Okay, ATGMs are overpowered. ATGMs are OP. You gotta go slow with these mines, otherwise you're gonna have a bad time. Looks like mortars.
Attention all groups, it appears they've got mortar guns. Take cover!
Bring these guys back then, they're mortars. These guys keep moving forward, need to clear it. And there's our mortars. Oh my god, airstrike. This one away. Oh, friendly helis.
Falcon 4, this is Jin 1. We are your reinforcements.
Jin 1, you're just in time. Where did you come from? What's happening?
Your sector is not top priority. All available forces are being sent to aid you. Good luck, men.
Infantry squad, okay. Okie dokie.
Falcon 4, this is Base 1. From a drone, we've detected major enemy forces on the move. Strengthen your hold and keep up your defenses. They must have realized that we're trying to push them out of the sector and have organized a counterattack.
Roger that, Base 1. Men, things are gonna get worse before they get better. Hold on.
Let's walk over mines. I just don't give a shit. I like that. Makes my life so much easier. Looks like the, especially on easy, well, medium difficulty. It's not very difficult. It's like Syrian LARP. Let's refill you. Let's save the game. Get your supply here, supply. There they come. Interesting. Vehicle spam is the answer to all questions in these games, because vehicles just take a pounding, so you don't have to micro them as much. LOL. That was easy enough. To be fair, we did throw a lot of propaganda around during this war as well. Maybe not to the extent the game is stating, but we certainly were about rather one-sided in the outlook of who are the good guys. We just gotta chill here, basically. Alright, time to crack out the cakes. I don't know who this game was made for. I mean, you can just tell, like, the Syrian soldiers, the soldiers have got a lot of bard-ass icons.
Falcon 4, this is Base 1. Continue your advance. Clear the last key points. Your sector is crucial.
Understood, Base 1. Why are we receiving so much special attention?
Who may mean must be protected. That is our primary objective. Everything will be explained soon. Base 1, over and out.
And the police force, yeah, it's just... but then again, the American ones are pretty much similar. It'd be unfair to just say, oh well. When you look at, like, Call of Duty and that, it is excessively one-sided.
Falcon 4, this is Base 1. Considering the important...
I shouldn't have skipped that. I know people want to listen. Let's walk over the mines, I don't care. Alright, what have you given me? A tank, nice. One tank. Literally one tank because I can't... Oh, here's the other tank. It's just stuck in there. There we are. Yeah, let's get all the boys together and move them over here. And then we'll slowly begin advancing to the rest of the theatre. Save the game, so I'd have to do the admin again. Let's do this. Nice tank. Old tank, but nice tank. Remember, it's what, 2015? So that is an old tank. That's a Cold War tank, that is. I gotta remember that there are... mines, so I've got to slowly progress down this road and then send the rest of the boys up. Vehicle spam is the answer. Are you fine? I think so. Okay, just that's got to go. I don't know what that is, but that's got to go.
1, this is Nest 2. Come in. Over.
Base 1 reads Nest 2. Over.
We are under attack. Major enemy forces are attacking the control center of the logistics compound. We need help. Over.
Copy that, Nest 2. Hold on. We don't have any reserve units available right now. Falcon 4 is near you. Falcon 4, move in and cooperate with the Nest 2 as soon as possible. Over.
This is Falcon 4. Roger that. I'll do my best, but I can't make any promises. Our location's no bed of roses either.
Oh, it's awful. I'm getting smashed now. It was going so well, and now I'm panicking because I know it's timed.
Captain, there's an abandoned army repair base here with a few usable tanks they left behind.
Finally, some good news. Now we just have to find a crew, ammo, and diesel.
Where? Where are these tanks you talk about?
Commander, it's Private Raji. Remember I told you my uncle, the old tank driver, lives nearby? I called my mother, and she said he's still in his home. The bandits have been threatening him to take him to join them. I think we'd better hurry before they kill him.
Where's this tank you were talking about? Oh, it's there. Okay. Now you need to repair it. Police squad, snipers, assault squad. Engineers. That's not going to work. I've been lied to. The game has lied to me. This is literally RPG alley. It's like RPGs everywhere.
Base 1, this is Falcon 4. We've cleared a point. Do you read me? Come in, over.
I read you loud and clear, Falcon 4. Well done. Keep moving.
Well done, you've cleared a point. That is great. Half my vehicles are smashed to pieces. More engineers, and who's over here? What, the sniper squad? We'll take you. Oh lord. Kill it, kill it, kill it now. It's a level shit to bed.
Falcon 4, this is Base 1. Special reinforcements have neared you.
Falcon 4, this is Thunder 1. What? We're here to help, Falcon 4. My objective is to secure the far perimeter of the airport. The jihadists cannot be within distance that would even give them a hope of using artillery or rockets on it.
The Russians need Bashar al-Assad Airport.
Which means an elite squad up to finish Syrian ground missions, okay? Oh, I need to get into that compound. Why didn't you say so earlier?
Hey, Uncle Mansoor!
Get out of here, you vile zealots! I told you I would never join you. This is my house. Do what you want. Blow me up if you have to, but I will not join you.
Uncle Mansoor, it's me, Raji.
What? Raji? I didn't think you were dumb enough to join them.
No, Uncle, I haven't joined them. I'm in the army. We're trying to get the bandits out of this region, but we need your help. You used to be a tank driver, didn't you? We've got a tank, but we need a crew. Can you help?
What? Are Assad's forces here? That's great news. I served under his father, and it looks like the time has come to serve his son too. Too bad I didn't join sooner. I didn't think you'd need me, and then it was all too far gone. My friend Rasim and his son are with me. Show me your tank.
Does that mean I now have a guy who can repair tank? Yes, I do. We're going to move everyone in here.
Falcon 4, this is Nest 2. Falcon, we're retreating. I repeat, Recon is retreating from the building. Try to hold it. Falcon, our entire operation in this sector will be in danger.
Yeah, we're moving up. Now that we've secured part of where we need to. I mean part. Go. Get me in here.
Falcon 4, this is Nest 2. We have withdrawn our detachment from the control building. We don't have the forces to hold out longer, and so you'll have to help out there. If the enemy captures the building, that could put the entire logistics compound at risk. Copy that, Nest 2.
Everyone's charging.
Too bad you have more tanks than I do, but you somehow don't have the resources to help.
Falcon, don't get smart. If the enemy is able to take the logistics compound, those tanks will be the only thing between us and utter catastrophe. With the compound under their control, they'll have a straight shot to whom I mean. We can't risk that. Try to keep the enemy from the control building, and we'll do our best to help you.
I'm just throwing everyone in here, fuck it. And stop caring about numbers. You've got no ammo, have you? Okay, retreat back. Come back over here. Come back over here. Oh, you got some ammo, I suppose. You need to come over here now. Where else? Where else is there troops? There's troops there. There's apparently troops in here, which I've forgotten about. And that tank's already down. This is a mine. Ah, wonderful. Can you get in here instead? Oh, there's no point because it's... Yeah, there's no point. Okay, I'm holding the control center. Now what? Oh, I got more vehicles, more boys. Put these, yeah, disarm those so we can move forward some more. Yeah, let's level the show first, everything at you. It's like, ah. Have all this shite. Meanwhile, we have a load of Syrian troops over here, which aren't being much help. These vehicles look better than the tanks.
Base 1, this is Falcon 4. We've approached the logistics compound from the north. We're beginning to clear it.
Copy that, Falcon 4. Nest 2, this is Base 1. Do you read me? Over.
Base 1, this is Nest 2. We read you loud and clear. Over.
Nest 2, aid Falcon 4 when you can.
Roger that, Falcon 4. We're on the way to lend a hand.
Copy that, Nest 2. Falcon 4, did you hear all that? Keep on pushing.
Everyone out. Apart from you guys who stay in there. Just the vehicles are so easy to be damaged, it's like a nightmare. And all these different icons makes it very difficult to cycle through. No, get in there, you potatoes. Have I got any more spare troops? Yes, I do.
We're making progress. Just 1 point left.
I don't feel like we're making progress. I just feel a mixture of pain and agony.
Falcon 4, this is Base 1. Allah has shown mercy on you today, Falcon. The brass...
What are you giving me? Infantry. Copious amounts of infantry. Wonderful. That's what I need. I need infantry. Did I tell someone to get in that tank? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Let's move everyone up, apart from these guys who are going to get in there. And there. Luckily, it's not difficult. that's the only considering thing. It's just not difficult. Like you can see the lack of real proper tactical thinking, but it is on normal. I don't know how much harder it'd be on difficult. I just need to go over here, so I don't actually need to do much. Who won this charge in there? I'm sure we'll get most of them in. Now what were we doing over here? Oh right, we were going to send up something to kill that tank. Even though you've got really no anti-tank grenades left. I couldn't help you if I wanted to. So I'm pretty black, beaten up now. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I need to reload. I'm pushing from the south. This is a painful level. That is like a real painful level. Because you're not really sure about the ranges, and because it's so easy for them to knock out your vehicles, and because you can't repair your vehicles, it's all it takes is one hit, and then you're like, ah, looks like I am now stuck. Oh no 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 no. Oh, for fuck's sake.
خبراء الأنغام هون. مفهوم. خلونا نركض. عندنا هدف؟ يلا بسرعة. عم نتسلح. مفهوم. خلونا نركض. جاهزين للشغل.
Take my time and go slow.
في حاجة للمساعدة في مكان؟
Captain.
Finally.
Pretty sure I've got an MG somewhere over here as well. Yeah, I've got even more troops. Send these back over here to support the support that building. Take it slow. That's all we got to do. Take it slow.
Hey, Captain, my wife is from around here.
Yeah, I already know. All you know about your irksome friend. I don't know where my vehicles are going, they just have mind their own.
Base 1, this is Nest 2. Come in. Over.
Base 1 reads Nest 2. Over.
We are under attack. Major enemy forces are attacking the control center of the logistics compound. We need help. Over.
Copy that, Nest 2. Hold on. We don't have any reserve units available right now. Falcon 4 is near you. Falcon 4, move in and cooperate with the Nest 2 as soon as possible. Over.
This is Falcon 4. Roger that. I'll do my best, but I can't make any promises. Our location's no bed of roses either.
No promises. Save the game again. Unless you've got rockets, which you do. No, you don't. You guys got butchered.
Commander, it's Private RG. Remember I told you my uncle, the old tank driver, lives nearby? I called my mother, and she said he's still in his home. The bandits have been threatening him to take him to join them. I think we'd better hurry before they kill him.
Indeed, we better hurry. Where's my vehicle? Come over here. I mean, we're almost there. It's just nauseating to try and push. Where's the van? There you are. Oh god, that gun is destroyed! Don't know what that is. I assume it's something irritating.
Hey, Uncle Mansoor!
Get
Uncle.
What? What?
Okay, Uncle. I got a job for you. You go over here and get in that tank. You guys, you come over here. Thanks. And just generally try not to break me. Okay, let's start going left.
Base 1, this is Falcon 4. We've cleared a point. Do you read me? Come in, over.
I read you loud and clear, Falcon 4. Well done. Keep moving.
Come on. Come on. There we are. Let's start moving these guys up. You've got ATGMs, not really, you've sort of ran out. Have to be careful here. You've got heat rounds, that's not useful to me really. And you've got ATGMs, but that's not really useful to me either. Engineers, 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 defuse these. Nice. Let's get these guys in, if possible.
Falcon 4, this is big. Falcon, what? Wait.
The right.
Shoot this, please. Praise be. Right, where's my next batch of reinforcements? How many are over
Falcon
here?
4, this is Nest 2. Falcon, we're retreating. I repeat, Recon is retreating from the building. Try to hold it. Falcon, our entire operation in this sector will be in danger.
Oh, there's the boys. There they are.
Falcon 4, this is Nest 2. We have withdrawn our detachment from the control building. We don't have the forces to hold out longer, and so you'll have to help out there. If the enemy captures the building, that could put the entire logistics compound at risk. Copy that, Nest 2.
Dully noted,
Too bad you
Nest
have more
2.
tanks than I do, but you somehow don't have the resources to help. Falcon, don't get smart. If the enemy is able to take the logistics compound, those tanks will be the only thing between us and utter catastrophe. With the compound under their control, they'll have a straight shot to whom I mean. We can't risk that. Try to keep the enemy from the control building, and we'll do our best to help you.
Well, wish I had more ammo. Ah, moins. Just got that. I don't think I've got any more ATGM for you, if I'm honest. I mean, maybe. It's a slog. It is definitely a slog to try and win this map. I mean, there's a lot going on. You need to take this out or we're done for. It's a long old slog to try and win this. And not the good kind of slog either. The bad kind of slog. Okay. Progress is being made. This not the kind, not the pleasant kind. No, you can only repair vehicles. You can. I'm already repairing this vehicle. You can only repair certain vehicles, and then you can only get in tanks if you're like a crew. No, I can't. I can't get in that tank. I can't repair it.
Base 1, this is Falcon 4. We've approached the logistics compound from the north. We're beginning to clear it.
Copy that, Falcon 4. Nest 2, this is Base 1. Do you read me? Over.
Base 1, this is Nest 2. We read you loud and clear. Over.
Nest 2, aid Falcon 4 when you can.
Roger that, Falcon 4. We're on the way to lend a hand.
Copy that, Nest 2. Falcon 4, did you hear all that? Keep on pushing.
I don't want to keep on pushing. I want to stop pushing now. Let me get that ammo. Oh, not. How about you? Can you shoot this guy before we all die? Good enough. Okay. Have I got any more reinforcements? I've got this tank here, but it's got no ammo. I've got the tow here, but it's got no ammo. I've got this fellow, and it's got some ammo.
We're making progress. Just 1 point left.
Okay, you guys are going to come with me. I don't need... Yeah, you guys are going to come with me. And then all we're going to need to do... lag. Is move all of those guys up to the center where our vehicles are. And then we can repair our tanks, etc., that way. For the next assault. Yeah, there's tanks in there, I've already done it. But I can only get one tank because I only have a tank crew. Is that a vehicle by the metal container? I mean, these fellows, yes. Already done it. Already done it. It's already been done. I mean, I can try and get someone in there. Let's find out. No. Okay, I got 2 tanks, that's fine. Not that you whale. What do you mean then? Logistics compound, I don't know where that is. This thing I can't get into. I haven't got a tank crew. I haven't got a tank crew here either, so I can't get in that. Look. No, will not enter. Will not enter. Will not enter. The point, what, the stuff over here? I mean, that's a vehicle there. But again, I can't get into it because I don't have a crew that can get into it. I need a crewman to drive it. I can't just like have some random bloke get into it. It depends on the vehicle. If it's like a truck or something, then yeah, I can, but it's not a truck. Cargo container. A cargo container where? You mean the tank? The tank? The tank I blew up like 20 minutes ago and I can't get into. Or do you mean this? Do you mean literally this? Then you're going to tell me where it is. You're not telling me where it is. You're just going by the container. The container where? You mean the one I've already got? There's nothing here. There's a cargo container Different colours, yep. You okay? There's the cargo containers with the different colours. Blue, green, orange. You're in that vehicle. Bruh. Bruh. You're lucky you showed me this game, I'll be very upset of you. Pretty mould right now. I've died like twice on this level after like an hour's worth of progress. No, you thought wrong. You thought wrong, Berman. No. I'm not looking anymore. I'm not looking anymore. Not falling for it again. Okay, I don't care if it's a super secret weapon that will delete everything on the map. Too broken. I'm too broken with this level. I'm a broken man. That's ridiculous. I'm pretty butthurt. I'm pretty butthurt, Berman. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm about a solid 8. Like, it's not 9, 10 out of 10 rage quit, but it's a cheeky level of upset. Like this game, it's the fact that it goes on for so long and you don't know what's going to happen, and your tanks, it's the vehicles that basically you need, otherwise you lose the game. God forbid I don't have those vehicles. Hope you guys have got anti-tank, because if you don't, you are spooked. It's because it's so much very RNG based with the with whether or not your ATGMs hit, or whether or not your guys get wiped out, and because the ranges of the RPGs are so bad or so cheeky, you can just lose all your men in this, like, you can just lose all your vehicles or something. It was tortured for your. Yeah, I know it was, the pause was torturing me, but the pause doesn't help against the RNG. Like, all it takes is one rocket from an RPG guy and it's like, okay, that's my main damage dealer dead. Time to restart. Oh, you gotta be joking. There we are, finally. Like, see, you get spot it and then it's wiped. Like right now, I've been quite lucky in the RNG, so I can pull back a little bit. But sometimes you get an RNG hit with those mortars or the rocket, and then you're just done for. Like, Hope you enjoy biting the pillow. And again, it's an awful micro. Like, I'm trying to get this guy to go away, and it's turned its arse to the enemy vehicle. I don't want you to do that. Enemy tank, enemy tank. That's silky. The butt hurt is calming down. I'm going down to about 6 now. So there's nothing I can do against that tank, and then it's just going to be a case of RNG. Luckily, RNG was on my side. RNG rocket spam. I'm taking that car, making me feel better. ATGMs are all disgusting. ATGMs and RPGs. The bane of my existence. Marines not so much, they're workable, but yeah. And mines, god, IEDs and mines.
Base 1, this is Falcon 4. We're done with the last point. Over.
Copy that, Falcon 4. Keep up the good work. Our Russian friends say thanks, comrade. Over.
Please, 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 let it end. Fingers crossed. I beg you. Ah. That was painful, but it was because it's very Men of War-y. Like if you screw up, all that work is back to square one, so you just end up save scumming. And the RPGs with their like random ranges and the random damage percentages is pretty scary, and the micro is also pretty bad, but it's workable just about. It's just workable just about. Damascus suburbs. Damascus suburbs served as a ground for fierce battles from the very opening of hostilities in 2011. The rebels who partially sided with the Syrian Al-Qaeda known as Jabhat al-Nusra Front, or 339, or sworn allegiance to Daesh, gradually extended their territorial footprint. The battle action took place so close to the centre of town that the rebels could fire mortar bombs at it. The civilians were terrorised by endless suicide bomber attacks. The situation began to improve when Russian ASF intervened. Slowly but steadily, the Syrian army cleared the districts from the rebels. In addition to the cramped urban conditions, the situation was complicated even more by the fact that terrorist forces took civilians hostage and used them as human shields against the attacking army by placing women and children in its way, and performing bloody executions intended to show the rest of the world how the civil population suffered from the tyranny. Okay, yeah, again, hardcore propaganda. I feel ashamed of being so pessimistic in summer. How could I know what kind of powerful force is ready to interfere in our seemingly hopeless war? I was so inspired by the sudden appearance of the Russian aircraft and the elite special forces that I did not pay much attention to how our police detachment was reorganised into an army troop, which was then sent to Damascus. Those the suburbs of the ancient town are countless, and it would take an eternity to get them clear from the rebel fighters. I think I'm being too pessimistic again. There's so many groups operating here that sometimes it is unclear who you're fighting. There may be either Daesh fighters or Nusra soldiers with their allied rebels from the other smaller groups. Quite often all of them confront each other, fighting for prey like starving jackals. However, I don't care who of them is who. As my new Russian friends say, I don't know shit about shit. Tomorrow we are beginning an attack in one of the largest districts of our capital, and my objective is to make sure that there will be no terrorists left after we are through. Okay. I've got a tank, fine, I can live with that. I've got a tank, but I could get a fancy tank instead. 2,000 pennies. And then I've got a babby tank for 1,000. As long as it's got an ATGM. Has it got ATGM capabilities? It does not. This has ATGM capabilities. There we go, and I'll sell this one. I got troops for days, which is fine. Have I got... I do not have any soft units. You sure I don't have any soft units? I'll take a supply truck. I can't take a supply truck because I don't have any supply trucks. Yeah, I wouldn't mind playing Colt Arms. Have I got it installed? Yeah, I've got it installed, obviously. Yeah. Actually, I don't have the Colt Arms installed. I'd have to install it. You'd have to tell me when you want to play it. And then we could give it a go. Supply truck. And then I need these bad boys. I'm going to sell one of these tanks so I can buy a better one. Lovely stuff. I'm going to sell one of my mortars so I can buy BTR 70. No, I can't afford a BTR 70. Let's give me some ATGM guns. Ah, I'm so painfully poor. Let me sell this car. And sell this transport truck. And sell what else I've got left. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, I'll install it for Sunday. I don't see why not. Give it a go. Pass the time. I'll pass the time. Alright, let's do this. Let's get this out of the way. Yeah, I'll install it. This fucking game. It's cheeky. It's a cheeky boy.
Falcon 4, this is Base 1. Come in. Over.
Falcon 4 reads you. Over.
Falcon 4, you've got a difficult sector. Be careful. Take and occupy all the key points. Be aware that you are up against Joint Daesh and Al-Nusra forces. They don't work well together, and you could try to use that to your advantage. There are a few civilians in the city, but if you find any, get them out of the combat zone as soon as possible.
Copy that, base. Falcon 4, over and out.
Alright, let's get this done.
Captain, the man say the locals here told him that there's a warehouse nearby where Al-Nusra is keeping ammunition.
It's good news. We're low on supplies in the city, and if we can take a whole warehouse, that would solve our problem.
Eastern Sea. I don't know what that is. What part of the world is that? You have to tell me, because I'm Greenwich Mean Time. Are we talking Europe, so like an hour ahead? This is going to be a hell. That's urban warfare through and through. Eastern Europe, so that's like an hour ahead. Yeah, it should be workable. Let's see why not. Let's see why not. Don't do this to me! Let me Google what EEST time is in UK time. Yeah, so it's about an hour ahead. It's an hour ahead. So that's fine. Oh no! The game crashed! Who'd have seen that coming when I alt-tabbed? No, seriously, the game did crash. Let me reopen it. Has that popped up yet? No, it hasn't. Yeah, now it has. Who could have foreseen the game crashing? I don't want to play on this urban map. It makes you feel the pain. UTC is, you mean Greenwich Mean Time? So it's oh, it's EET. Okay, let me change back to EET. What is EET? Yeah, so Eastern European time, 3, 4, 5. So it's about 2 hours. About 2 hours in front. Yeah, my time is 3:50. Yeah, 3:49. So yeah, yours is about 2 hours in front. So if you wanted to start at 7, I'd have to be here for 5. Yeah. But what time do you actually want to start? 5:30 is fine. We can do 5:30. As in 5:30 my time, so that'd be 7:30 your time.
Captain, the man say the locals here told him that there's a warehouse nearby where Al-Nusra is keeping ammunition.
It's good news. We're low on supplies in the city, and if we can take a whole warehouse, that would solve our problem.
It's just not a good place to have vehicles. This is just really bad. I'm straight up not having a good time, Mr. Krabs. Yes, that's correct there. That's correct. If I see a rocket, I'm out. If I lose 2 vehicles before I take this position, I'm out, Mr. Krabs. I'm playing Age of Empires 4. I'll straight up shout some gamer words and be done with this. See how different the game. See how different this is played out. Suddenly it's like easy mode. Oh look, an enemy tank. Let me just crack out my tank. Come on, you've got rockets. You don't have rockets, you've used all your rockets. I'm so mad at you. Fire, fire. That did no damage. No damage. Just got hit by a rocket attack. I'm not fussed about what faction. You just lead. You lead and I'll follow. I'm quite chill. I'm quite chill. I'm not going to play too seriously, and plus it'd be nice playing with someone else. Urban warfare's fucking cancer. I don't care about the swear word. You know what, YouTube? You put me at the bottom of the list.
Anwar speaking.
Urban warfare is fucking disgusting.
Majid Hodges, sir. So good to hear from you.
I'm not fussed what faction is there.
I know where you are right now. I should tell you that some mutual acquaintances of ours, former neighbours, are nearby at the moment.
Who? Where?
In that district where you are right now, bad people, apostates, fill the heads of the common people with nonsense. And the people believe it. Do you remember Russell Murphy, the dairyman who lived on the outskirts of town? And his neighbour, Naim Nizam? He sold shoes. They've been brainwashed by bad people. And now they and their sons are planning to martyr themselves, to become Shaheed.
What? Where are they now?
Everyone out of track.
You're not too far from the old aircraft maintenance facility. Among the abandoned hangars, there's now a whole factory dedicated to the production of Shaheed mobiles. And that's where they're training all the folks they've brainwashed. Please, save them, if you can.
I understand, Hodges, sir. We'll try. Excellent. The warehouse is ours.
Falcon 4, this is Thunder 2. Come in. Over.
Falcon 4 reads you. Great to hear from you, brother.
Falcon 4, we've got evidence that the terrorists are planning a provocation in your sector. They've announced that in the near future, with the help of the White Helmets, they'll be evacuating civilians from the war zone. Western journalists are already camped out along their planned route. According to our information, the bus is going to be blown up and will be attributed to one of our airstrikes.
Thunder 2, are you sure? Couldn't they actually be planning to evacuate the civilians?
Falcon 4, don't be naive. Can you think of one example when the White Helmets helped somebody out and it wasn't a provocation?
Jesus Christ.
Their rich sponsors didn't create them to help people. If they actually wanted to help those civilians, they'd be letting the Red Cross handle them. So they blow up their own bus, and en route they're accompanied by El Nursa's forces. It's possible the bus is rigged with explosives beforehand for convenience. Try to get a jump on them and...
Give me another tank. Just give me whatever.
evacuate the civilians yourself. We don't need another overhyped international scandal. Don't even think about attacking the bus. Otherwise, it'll look like we'll do anything to prevent the evacuation of innocent civilians.
Understood, Thunder 2.
Falcon 4, we've dispatched some of our specialists to assist you.
Great news, Thunder 2. We're always happy to have your specialists. Base 1, this is Falcon 4. We found some non-combatants. They were hidden in one of the buildings. We'll try to get them out.
Copy that, Falcon 4. Get them out of there and we'll meet them.
Come on in, civilians. Let's go. I didn't even know you existed, if I'm honest with you. So you're probably going to die. Go, civilians. I need to get over here and get over there.
Base 1, this is Falcon 4. We tried to evacuate the civilians, but it didn't go very well.
What a shame.
Fighters were able to kill them. In future, we'll try to be more careful.
Don't do this. Okay, that works. Hope you've got ATGM, because I don't. Oh, but I got a tank, so it works out. Go, go, go! Shoot the tank. Oh. Shoot that tank. Charge the plebs. I'm shaking my head right now. He just decided to rotate his arm to face the enemy tank. Any more cannon fodder? Have I got any more cannon fodder? Even if I move forward, they just come around behind me and just inflict more pain and misery. And so I need to go all the way down here to turn left to come back up this way.
This is Topaz 1. They're using heavy artillery. I repeat, the terrorists are using heavy artillery.
Copy that, Topaz 1. Take care
And
and
just
make use of
staying
any
on
cover
this
you
main road.
find.
Right, that's where the artillery is coming from over here. Micro health. No ways. Help the truck. Don't kill the truck. What? You just killed the truck? We just killed the bus? War crimes? War crimes? Anyone? War crimes? Right click to commit war crime? Where's my tank? Where's the good tank? The tank I can rely on to not be a hot garbage. You're coming over here to help me not lose my mind.
I see an anti-aircraft squad. Destroy them, boys!
Mr. Krabs, I'm straight up not having a good time. Okay, here we are. This is difficult. Like, it's difficult in a different way because it's very difficult to take buildings and keep your troops alive, and you only got a set amount of troops. Now, whereas it's on almost a smaller scale in Men of War because you're handling less units, or you can do more of one unit. In this, because you're handling squads, you can't really achieve the same results with one soldier. You stay here. Try not to drive me insane. That's cool. Air forward controller, what do you do? Bolt and airstrike. Yeah, give me sweet unguided missiles into whatever that is. Oh, you can't do it there. I'm upset. I'm upset. I'm mad. Random suicide truck of peace. All my vehicles are gone. Nice work. Good work. Truck of peace. Oh, so close to finishing this garbage off. Again. Indiscriminate bombing, please. Okay, I can wait. Stop cucking me. I don't deserve this. Sort of running out of things to drop on you, if I'm honest. Is my tank still alive? No, of course not. That would be too helpful. Don't let me down, please. You're the last thing I have left. I got nothing left. Oh, you god. Yes, keep going. Don't let them dab on you. Little tank that could. I need this. Battlefield strat, let's keep going backwards and forwards. Okay, let's get out of here. Run! Run, you fool! Oh, it's the air controller. You get back in there. You get back in the cuck shed. Anti-tank squad. Infantry squad, yeah. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel and you're that bottom. You know what? A bit of indiscriminate bombing never hurt anyone. I should really watch that. Did he die?
Attention, everyone out! Get out now! Bandits are on their way to attack!
Allah Akbar, we're saved. They told us there would be some kind of bus. Where is it?
Oh, we dealt
There
with
is
that
no
bus.
bus! Get out now! They're going to kill you!
Okay, I get it. I get it. Zuhra, leave that behind. We have to run.
Vulcan 4? Is that what they're calling you now?
How did this reeking jackal get onto this frequency?
So, you survived after all, Anwar. And you're causing me problems once again.
It's you, Wahid, filthy bastard. You're still alive.
Yes, Anwar, I'm alive and feeling good. I'm the head of the White Helmets in the sector now, and you are one of Assad's dogs, stopping me from evacuating civilians. It looks like you're using them as a human shield now, only to shoot them yourself later, the way you always do.
I see. Wahid, you're just playing it up for some Western cameras, aren't you? It's all a facade to justify blowing up that bus and blaming the Russians in front of those journalists.
Don't worry, Anwar. No one will hear what you're saying. We have a story that will garner a lot more attention. My friends will make short work of those refugees, and then, when they are found dead, you will naturally be blamed. You stop the evacuation and slit their throats for cooperating with Western forces. It's practically Shakespeare, and ratings will soar.
Ha! Wahid, one day, I swear I'll take my rifle and smack your rotten head clean off.
This isn't too hard. It's just painful. No, it's just like pulling out a tooth. And I think I've already just discarded all chances of victory. You're welcome. Please give me something.
Wait, dog, do you hear me?
Sorry, Anwar. No time to chat. Things didn't work out here, but they will somewhere else. There's plenty of new business, so many civilians still in need of help. They may be too weak to die willingly for the right side, but their deaths will serve us, regardless.
Wahid, I swear Falcon 4, this is Thunder 2, come in. Over. Falcon 4 reads you, Thunder 2.
We just received the news about the provocation you prevented. Thank you. Command has raised the limit on aircraft use for your sector. Just be careful, as there may still be civilians in their homes out there.
Copy that, Thunder 2. Thanks for having faith in me.
There's no
We'll be careful and try to limit our work to only the area where it's
You
really
have an ATGM. I
Sounds
beg
good,
you,
Falcon
use it.
4. Grind those scumbags into dust. Thunder 2, over and out.
Please. I beg you. I beg you, game. Stop fucking me. Please. Yes, 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 yes. I have a tank. I have a tank with no ammunition. I can't help you. I've got no troop.
I was given your number. We need your help.
Who is this?
We are journalists from the channel. Please, we need your help. It was very difficult to find your number. I beg of you.
Why don't you ask your friends the White Helmets to help? I'm not about to bite on this hook.
This is no trick, Captain. I know you Syrians aren't exactly happy with our coverage.
I don't care. You're wasting my time. Who gave you this number?
Captain, I am on my knees. You must help us. We know the bus was a red herring. We were ordered to film that.
Don't chase me. I've got. I'm so mad. Oh.
Why don't you ask your friends in Al Nusra to help you, or the White Helmets?
We were here on invitation from Captain Wahid. He guaranteed
Come on, my
our
one-man
safety,
army.
but then abandoned us. And when we tried to
Even to
follow
win this
him,
war
the local
single-handed.
resistance fighters.
Resistance fighters? I didn't know there were any there. I only saw terrorists.
They are terrorists, Captain. They blocked the road, shot our guy, and tried to take us hostage. There was a discussion of a ransom or bribe. We couldn't understand. We escaped, but couldn't get very far. The gas
Heard
tank
the
on our
plebs
car was
together.
pierced. We ended up in Daesh territory and took shelter in a ruined building. Please, you have to help us.
All the buildings here are ruined. Can you give us more precise coordinates? What do you see around you?
Not far from here, I saw a compound of hangars and industrial buildings.
So it's the last bastion of troops.
We've seen a lot of trucks with rocket launchers driving by. Oh God, I don't want to die.
I'm not sure I want to risk my men to save the hides of a bunch of opportunist journalists. I'll think about it. I've got to toss out this stupid phone. I'm not running a unit, but an exchange or something. Seems like everyone with a phone is calling me. Anwar speaking.
Anwar, my son, we were too late.
Majid Hoxha, what happened?
I got a call from Masid Mahdi's mentor, and before I could say anything, he said he was already on the path of the Shaheed, that he wasn't about to turn back now. At the end, he thanked me. It looks as though these vermin used my name to convince our friends that they need to martyr themselves. Scum! They are already becoming walking bombs. Anwar, I'm begging you, be careful.
I can barely help myself,
I
mate. I'll
understand,
be
Roger.
painfully honest with you.
We really did drop the ball here. I hope Allah shows them mercy because they will no longer see any from me.
Let it be so.
This is what's more or less left of the motley crew.
Base 1, this is Falcon 4. We've
Please
cleared
give
another
me more men.
district. Continuing the offensive.
Oh. Based. Give me that tank. Just give me something cheap. Actually, can I start selling stuff like it's 1999? You know what? Just give me a cheap tank. Let's be honest. I am not too fussed about the quality of tank you give me as long as it's workable. Give me some infantry squads. Whoa, I don't need to buy infantry squads. I've got tons of them. Actually, I do need to buy infantry squad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then buy me 2 of these. How many can I afford? Buy me a cheapo one. Or don't, because I'm dirt poor again. Have some mortars, please. Let me buy you. Have a police squad. Let me buy you. Oh, they're... No, 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 no. the best I can do. Back down the main road of doom. Alright, and you guys. Just plank yourselves in here. You want to start firing on this? Highly recommend you stop firing on this. This is hell. This is literal hell. It's like everything that can go wrong is going wrong in this map. So we need to get back down here. There's more artillery strikes, which is to be expected. Where is my... Truck a piece, load of shit up. Oh, I've just lost that guy, so... Did I save? I don't think I did. So this probably means... No, I haven't saved. Yep. Next plan. We're just going to keep on getting spammed with artillery, so I might as well just send the boys inside. Let's over micro this vehicle. Go this way, please.
Falcon 4, this is Base 1. Come in.
Falcon 4 reads you.
What are you out there shooting up journalists for? What do you think you're doing?
What journalists? We didn't kill anybody.
I just saw one of the major Western news networks rolling a clip saying members of the Free Syrian Army taking back the bodies of journalists murdered by you.
What Free Syrian Army? We've only got Daesh and Al-Nusra here, hacking away at each other.
You should know by now that to the west, they are all the Free Syrian Army. So what about these journalists you killed?
I'm pretty sure I know what happened to the journalists, except it wasn't us that brought them down. They were abandoned by the White Helmets and they got mixed up with Al-Nusra. They tried to escape to Daesh territory, but it looks like Daesh were not too happy about that and shot them down. We didn't have anything to do with their deaths. Well, almost nothing.
What do you mean, almost?
I knew they were in trouble, but didn't want to risk our soldiers bailing them out.
That was a wasted opportunity, Falcon. Such a waste.
I couldn't have helped
gone
even if I wanted to.
but showing you coming to the rescue of Western journalists.
And offer up some of our own soldiers for the sake of some corrupt reporters? I don't think so. In this war, they're more of a threat than a dozen terrorist tanks.
They're bombers! Suicide bombers! They disguise themselves as civilians! Run!
Have they retaken the territory? They have. Yeah, this is GG. After we start this level 1, come back and replay this, but this is a hard. This is going fucking. It's not shite. It's just woefully difficult. Woefully difficult because you can't see the enemy. You don't know if they've got RPGs. You need the heavy vehicles to clear places out. And if your heavy vehicles get knocked out, which they can get knocked out in like a second, it's like, yeah, you're knocked out, there's no hope. It's like, yeah, immediately gone. And then you're pretty much fucked. I can continue to try and break through here, but I've got no troops or anything like that. I need to go for dinner, so I'll call it here. We'll eventually try and redo this level at a later date, probably restarting it. Actually, let's restart it now so I remember to do it. And we'll go from there. But yeah, I'm going to go for dinner, and then I'm going to play a bit of Age of Empires. Not a lot of Age of Empires, like 1 or 2 games, and I'm going to be done for the day because I want some more early nights. I've started to realise that early nights is so important to get some decent sleep.
Falcon 4, this is Base Falcon 4. Falcon 4.
So what do I think of the game? It's pretty bare bones. I do like the setting. It is a good setting. I need to... I do like the maps and that. It adds a different layer of difficulty. Like this urban map is mad. It's not as complex. It's not as complex as Call to Arms, and there's a lot of propaganda. There's like a solid smattering of your old sweet propaganda. But then again, there's a lot of propaganda, say Call of Duty and that. But because this is such a this is based off a real life war, it makes it a bit what do you call it? A bit spicy. So try to not look at it from a political perspective, just from a gameplay perspective. And it's quite good with the setting, but it's very unforgiving. You'll be gnashing your teeth. You'll be crying a lot because you just get wiped, like a bit like Men of War. But much more unforgiving because at least Men of War, most of the maps are open. In any case, I'm done with this. I'm not being funny, but this would destroy me. It would mentally crush my soul, but we will continue later on. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll be back later. Have a good one, and adieu.